And look, I'm gonna show you some good and some bad, but I think the biggest thing we're seeing is the A swing from George Springer is what we haven't seen. He's been dealing with a right elbow situation, and it just doesn't allow him to get the extension. We're seeing a lot of balls on the ground. So when you talk about a guy who can put one on the board, you're seeing these type of in-between swings from him, the type of swings where you're like, that's not him. And when you're seeing a guy that's not consistent in the lineup because he has to sort of take a break, you're going to get some infield hits because he is important. He does know how to swing. He does know how to sort of keep the swing where he can, help you out. But it's just not the swing we've seen from him.
What does it do, Cliffy, mentally for you when you know you're going to the plate and there's something physically wrong with you?
Well, the biggest thing is you see these hacks. They're just not comfortable looking hacks. They're not hacks that are confident.
You're trying to cheat, though?
You're cheating. You're opening up. You're thinking a lot. You see it on his face, and this is Wednesday. He gets his 1,000 career hit. And you're saying, all right, he's still bringing stuff to the table as Vladdy brings that ball over to his boys in the dugout. But the thing you're seeing from him, and I just wanted to show a little bit of love for George, is, you're not seeing the guy that allows you to sort of be out there consistent, and this is what he's dealing with. So when you have all these things lingering, it just doesn't allow you to be the guy you are.
Walk me through the elbow inflammation. How hard is that? Because that is your extension arm right there.
So when you see that right there, you just
when you're just doing this right here.
And right. So now you can't give that swing where you're powerful and confident, right? Because everything is on your mind to how am I going to cheat one? How am I going to produce? And when I say cheat, meaning am I opening up just to get the bat out, or am I just going to play a game of making contact and being able to beat out, infield hits, maybe.
Are you worried about tweaking it on a swing too? Because I'm sure it hurts so much if you don't make contact with it in a way that it's protected. I
think everything hurts at this time of year. This is just one of those things where you're going in and the trainers are basically saying, look, we're going to get through the season with this. And however you get through, you get through. That's what these injuries, end up being. And so, when you're looking at a manager taking over, Snyder's hands are like, they're not handcuffed. He's not handcuffed. He just wants the best out of his players. So when you have a guy that's going, look, I'm playing, you have to protect him from himself. Because I'm going to go in and say every day I'm playing. And I'm assuming George Springer's like, I'm playing today. He goes, you're not playing every day. You got to have a couple of days off.
Especially for a player who knows what the conversation around him is throughout his career, and that his availability and being on the field. He was brought to Toronto to help them get to not just to the postseason, but through it, because he's one of the greatest on that stage ever. So I would assume, this is me assuming, that mentally he's thinking, I have to post. I know I'm battling, I have to post because that's what I'm here for.
Especially when you see that long list of injuries he's had all year.
And I've had all those, and that's from 21 to 22. So he's not been on the field as much as he wants, but I think, the best part of it is you knew what you were getting in George. I mean, he's a guy that, is all out every time. He has one speed, and you can't take him, away from that. So when you're watching him play, he'll dive in the home, but you're holding your breath. He dives in the outfield. You're holding your breath, but he's making plays and he's still doing things to help you win ball games too.